Welcome, friends. Today we're tackling a subject that goes beyond surface appearances, a subject that dives deep into what truly creates lasting attraction and admiration, even in our later years. Now you might be wondering, what is it that women really love? Is it the glimmer of youth or the charisma of experience? The answer isn't as simple as the cover of a magazine or the fleeting trends of fashion. Instead, it lies in something far more profound: the timeless qualities of character, presence, and genuine self-confidence. We all know that the world changes, our experiences evolve, and each passing year adds not just wrinkles, but wisdom. And while the mirror might reflect the passage of time, what truly matters is how we carry ourselves, how we greet each day with passion and purpose. Today, I want to share with you powerful advice specifically for those who have journeyed through life's many seasons. Whether you've built a career, raised a family, or simply have seen enough sunrises to know what it means to live fully, there's still a spark inside you waiting to ignite. In our conversation today, we'll explore what it really means to be successful, not just in your endeavors, but as the man you are at heart. We're not talking about vanity or superficial charm. We're talking about presence, the kind that draws people in, that commands respect, and that radiates an inner strength cultivated over time. I'll introduce you to real-life stories, practical steps, and reflective prompts that will help you harness that energy and rediscover why you are, and always have been, a truly remarkable man. Our focus is on the kind of success that goes beyond business titles or numbers on a bank statement, a success that is measured by the impact you have on others, the love you give and receive, and the confidence you exude every day. For many, especially as we move into our 60s and beyond, life can sometimes feel like a series of routines, a gentle decline into the background. But what if I told you that the secret to turning this around lies in the way you present yourself to the world? In fact, by embracing your true self and making one small yet profound shift, you can transform not only how others see you, but also how you see yourself. Stay with me as we uncover the keys to that transformation. Today's journey isn't about trying to appear younger, but about realizing that the wisdom and experiences you've collected over the years are your greatest assets. So, lean in, take a deep breath, and let's explore together what women really love in a man and how you can be that man. At the heart of lasting attraction lies authenticity. It might sound cliché, but authenticity is the bedrock of every meaningful connection. Over the years, many of us have been bombarded with the idea that we must meet society's definition of perfection, that we must hold on to youth as if it were the only measure of desirability. But let's reframe that thought. What does it really mean to be attractive as a man who has lived a rich, full life? Research and countless personal testimonies reveal that women, whether we call them our partners, friends, or family, are drawn not solely to the physical attributes we see in the mirror. They're captivated by the energy you exude, the confidence you carry, and the wisdom that shines through your eyes when you speak. It's about having a presence that speaks volumes even when you're silent. Let's break it down into the core elements. Confidence. True, enduring confidence is less about external displays and more about inner assurance. It's knowing that every stage of life brings its own value. A man who is comfortable in his skin radiates a magnetism that turns heads naturally. Emotional availability. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a bridge to genuine human connection. By sharing your experiences, your triumphs, and even your failures, you invite others into your world. This honesty creates intimacy. Purposeful action. Living with purpose gives your every move meaning. Successful men understand that life's final chapters need not be about slowing down, they're about evolving. It's in those small, deliberate actions that you redefine what success looks like on your own terms. presence and poise. How you hold yourself when you enter a room is far more influential than what you wear. Women notice the aura of a man who walks confidently, who makes eye contact, and who engages with the energy around him. It isn't vanity, it's a demonstration of self-respect. Imagine a man who isn't trying desperately to turn back the clock. Instead, he embraces every experience as a chapter that adds to his rich narrative. He might not have the sculpted features of youth, but what he has is far more valuable: a collection of life lessons, a legacy of resilience, and an unyielding spirit. And here's what women really love: a man who isn't afraid of his own reflection, who knows that his worth isn't measured by his age, but by the strength of his character. Take a moment to reflect on this question. What small change can you make today that will remind you of your inner strength? It might be as simple as engaging more fully in conversation or standing a little taller as you walk through your day. Trust me, these shifts set off a ripple effect that transforms both how you feel and how others respond to you. Let me introduce you to John, a man just like many of you. John spent years buried in the routine of work, family obligations, and the many roles life throws at us. Over time, he began to see himself not as a vibrant individual, but as an invisible bystander in his own story. Sound familiar? John realized that somewhere along the way, he had allowed the passage of time to dull his spark. The mirror reflected lines that told of decades of laughter and struggle, yet he had subconsciously allowed them to define him. He noticed that his interactions had become automatic, his conversations less engaging. His once magnetic presence was now just another face in the crowd. But one day, something remarkable happened. John encountered a moment that he might have ignored had he not been open to change. While sharing a casual conversation over coffee, he noticed that his words resonated with warmth and sincerity. Women around him, both peers and younger acquaintances, began to see him in a new light. They were drawn not to his age, but to his newfound vibrancy, his willingness to engage wholeheartedly with the world around him. What did John do? He started by reclaiming his identity. He reminded himself that every wrinkle, every scar, and every silver strand of hair was a badge of honor, a mark of all that he had experienced. Instead of hiding, he began to celebrate these signs of life. And slowly, with each deliberate step, his demeanor changed. Small shifts in daily rituals. John experimented with minor adjustments, standing a bit taller, greeting people with genuine warmth, and even choosing colors and styles in his clothing that made him feel confident. These weren't miracles overnight, but each small change sent a signal to his brain that he was still capable, still full of life. Engaging with curiosity. He started asking questions not just in conversations but in life. What if today he tried something he'd never done before, perhaps a new hobby or a small adventure? This curiosity reawakened his inner sense of discovery, a trait that remains forever attractive. Embracing vulnerability. John learned that sharing his life experiences, his joys and challenges alike, made him more relatable. Rather than portraying himself as an unblemished icon, he allowed glimpses of his human side to shine through. This authenticity built bridges rather than walls. John's journey is an example for each one of us. Remember, it isn't the number of years that define you, it's the way you live those years, the energy you exude, and the enthusiasm you bring to every new day. So ask yourself, what part of your identity have you left on the shelf? It's time to dust it off and let it shine. As you go about your day, whether you're on a morning walk or sitting with a cup of tea, take a moment to remind yourself of your inherent worth. Every day offers a new opportunity to be seen, truly seen, not just by the world, but by yourself. And once you see it, you become unstoppable. Now let's delve into what I call the pillars of presence and confidence. These are the qualities that, when cultivated, create an aura that is both magnetic and inspiring. While many of us might think that physical appearance is the sole factor, the truth is that genuine attractiveness stems from within. There are 4 pillars that I want to focus on today. 1. Inner confidence. Confidence isn't about boasting or always having the right answer. It's about a quiet assurance that comes from within, a belief that you are valuable simply for being you. For many successful men, this comes after years of trial and error, of life's ups and downs. It's the inner voice that says, "I have been through it all, and I'm still here, stronger and wiser." Inner confidence creates a ripple effect. When you feel secure in who you are, you greet the world with authenticity. And, let's be honest, there's nothing more attractive than a man who believes in himself. 2. Poise and posture. Your physical bearing speaks volumes before you even utter a word. Notice the difference between someone who slouches versus someone who carries themselves with elegance and strength. Standing or sitting with a straight spine, shoulders back, and an open stance communicates not only that you are comfortable in your own skin, but also that you're ready to take on the world. It's not about vanity, it's a signal of respect, both for yourself and for those around you. When you adjust your posture, you often find that your entire mindset shifts. In every interaction, the energy you project can either invite connection or repel it. 3. Engaged. Listening. In a world filled with noise, the art of listening has become a rarity. But take a moment and think about your favorite conversations. Chances are they're the ones where you felt truly heard. Being an engaged listener means showing genuine interest in others' thoughts and feelings. It's a habit that transforms interactions into memorable connections. Women, like all people, value a man who pays attention, not only to what is said, but also to what isn't. Your ability to listen effectively allows others to feel valued, respected, and understood. And that, my friends, is a magnet for lasting relationships. 4. Continuous growth. Even after decades of life experience, the journey of self-improvement never ends. Embracing a mindset of continuous growth means always being open to learning, to trying new things, and to expanding your horizons. Whether it's picking up a hobby you've always wanted to try, delving into new subjects, or simply being curious about the world, growth is the ultimate key to keeping your mind and your spirit alive. There is unparalleled attractiveness in a man who is not content to rest on his laurels, but is instead constantly evolving. This commitment to self-growth not only enriches your life, but also inspires those around you, including the women who appreciate authenticity and passion. Let's look at how you can implement these pillars in your daily routine. Start with something as simple as a morning routine that sets a positive tone for the day. Whether it's a few stretches to correct your posture, a quiet moment of reflection to center your thoughts, or even an old-fashioned conversation with a friend, each step you take adds up. Imagine greeting each day with the awareness that you are not simply going through the motions. You are stepping into your power with each deliberate action. And as you do so, you'll notice that your presence changes the way people respond to you. They'll begin to see not just your age, but the wealth of experience behind your confident smile, something that women, and indeed everyone, truly admire. Sometimes the best lessons come from real-life stories, those narratives that remind us that change is possible, that passion can be rediscovered, and that every day is a fresh opportunity to be remarkable. Let me tell you about Robert, a man in his early 60s who spent decades in a demanding career. For years, he prided himself on his achievements, but somewhere along the line, life's successes began to lose their luster. With his children grown and his work responsibilities behind him, Robert found himself drifting into routines that felt safe yet uninspiring. One crisp autumn afternoon, as he was enjoying a quiet moment at his favorite park bench, Robert encountered an old friend, a woman who radiated a natural grace and genuine warmth. In their conversation, she remarked not on his past accolades or his storied career, but on the energy he exuded. She said, "Robert, the way you listen, the sincerity in your eyes, that is what truly defines you. It's not the decades behind you, it's the passion with which you live each moment." That simple conversation sparked something in Robert. He began to experiment with small changes. He started to join community groups, engaged more in conversations about topics that intrigued him, and even enrolled in a workshop on mindfulness. Slowly, the routine faded away. In its place emerged a version of Robert that was more vibrant, more engaged, and noticeably more magnetic. Robert's story isn't unique. It reflects a pattern we see time and again. When we let go of the notion that our best days are behind us and decide instead to embrace each day as an opportunity to grow and connect, our lives take on a new meaning. His journey teaches us that the real secret to lasting attraction isn't found in physical appearance, but in that inner transformation, a genuine awakening of self. Now consider the common threads in these stories. They remind us that listening opens doors. When you listen, you allow life's possibilities to enter. Small actions add up. Each positive choice, however minor it may seem, builds momentum for a more vibrant existence. Vulnerability is strength. Sharing your truth creates bonds that foster trust and admiration. Passion endures. Life may slow down, but your passion can remain as fiery as ever if you let it. As you reflect on these stories, I encourage you to ask yourself, what is one small positive change you can make today that will bring you closer to the man you want to be? Whether it's a change in mindset, a conscious shift in posture, or simply a willingness to engage more deeply in conversation, know that every step you take is a step toward a fuller, richer life. Embrace these narratives as proofs that transformation is possible at any age. Your experiences, your passion, and your commitment to living fully are what make you truly irresistible in the eyes of those who matter. Now that we've seen what truly matters and heard inspiring stories from real life, it's time to get practical. Let's talk about a set of actionable steps that you can start implementing today. These aren't radical overhauls, they're small, intentional tweaks that, over time, will build a new reality for you. Here are some practical tips for reclaiming your magnetism. Tip 1. Adopt a morning ritual that empowers you. Set an intention. Before you even step out of bed, take a moment to set a positive intention for the day. Remind yourself that today is a day for engaging fully and living authentically. Mindful stretching. Spend 5 to 10 minutes performing light stretches or even a brief yoga sequence. Not only does this improve your posture, but it also signals to your body that it is ready to be active and present. Tip 2. Cultivate the art of engaged listening practice. Active listening. In every conversation, make it a point to listen deeply. Put aside distractions, turn off the TV, silence your phone, and fully focus on the speaker. This makes others feel truly valued. Reflect and validate. When someone shares something with you, repeat back a summary in your own words. This simple act of validation can transform ordinary interactions into meaningful dialogues. Tip 3. Reframe your self-image. Celebrate your journey. Create a personal journal where you note down proud moments, big or small. Reflect on the challenges you've overcome and the lessons learned. Remind yourself that every line on your face is a story of endurance. Affirmations. Develop a set of daily affirmations that reinforce your value and ability. For instance, I am powerful, I am respected, and I have so much to offer the world. Tip 4. Expand your horizons. Embrace new experiences. Whether it's trying a new hobby, attending a community event, or simply exploring a part of your city you haven't seen before, every new experience adds vitality to your life. Learn continuously. Consider joining a class or workshop, even one that challenges your current perspective. Lifelong learning is not just for the young. It's a key factor in keeping your mind sharp and your spirit engaged. Tip 5. Foster meaningful relationships. Reach out. Make an effort to connect or reconnect with family, friends, or mentors. Sometimes the warmth of a familiar smile can be the spark that lights up your day. Quality over quantity. Invest time and energy into relationships that uplift you. Remember, deep, genuine connections create an atmosphere where everyone thrives. Each of these tips is designed to be simple, yet transformative. The key is consistency. When you commit to these small shifts day after day, you begin to notice changes not just in how others respond to you, but in how you feel about yourself. That inner shift, that enhanced sense of self-worth, is the very essence of the confidence and magnetism we're talking about today. I encourage you to write down 1 or 2 of these actionable steps right now. Think about how you can integrate them into your routine this week. And remember, every small effort builds toward a much larger transformation. As we near the end of our journey together today, I want you to pause and reflect for a moment. Think about the man you see in the mirror, not just in terms of age, but in terms of spirit, resilience, and character. What if starting today you allowed yourself to be truly seen? What if you embraced the wisdom, the passion, and the energy that comes from a life fully lived? It's important to understand that transformation isn't about a dramatic overhaul overnight. It's about those small, deliberate shifts that build up over time. When you adopt a posture of confidence, when you engage fully in conversations, when you nurture relationships and continuously seek growth, suddenly you become a magnet, not just for attention, but for genuine connection and admiration. Remember what we discussed. True attractiveness isn't defined by youth. It's defined by the authenticity of your character and the clarity of your purpose. This is what women really love: a man who is present, who listens with an open heart, who embraces life with curiosity, and who isn't afraid to show the strength of his experiences. As you step out into your day from here on, I ask you to take one small action. It could be as simple as adjusting your posture as you greet someone, or initiating a heartfelt conversation with a friend or loved one. Notice how these subtle changes influence the world around you, and notice how, in time, they also transform the way you see yourself. Let's begin a conversation together. I'd love to know, what's one small shift you can commit to making today? Is it that extra smile, the deeper breath, or maybe that step toward trying something new? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Your insights might just inspire someone else to take that first step toward transformation. Before we close, I encourage you to like and share this video. By doing so, you're not only affirming your own commitment to change, but you're also helping to spread a message of hope and empowerment to countless others. Remember, life is a continuous journey of evolution, and each of us holds the power to redefine what success means. Thank you for spending these moments with me today. I truly believe that your best days are not behind you. They're right here, waiting for you to step into your full presence. Embrace the man you are, celebrate every line and every story, and know that the world sees you for exactly who you are: inspiring, admirable, and oh so magnetic. As we wrap up today's discussion, I want to leave you with a final thought. Life isn't measured by the years you've lived, but by the love, wisdom, and energy you carry forward every day. Whether you are redefining yourself or simply seeking to be more present in your interactions, know that the secret to true attractiveness lies within you. Embrace your uniqueness. Let your experiences, no matter how many, shape you into the remarkable man you are. I hope you feel inspired to make that one small shift, because sometimes that one decision is all it takes to start an incredible transformation. Thank you for joining me today, for your time, your thoughts, and your willingness to evolve. Until next time, keep shining, stay confident, and remember, the world is waiting to see the very best of you.